Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and in this video I would like to share with you hyper-aggressive attacking game played by Serbian chess grandmaster Dragoljub Velimirovic. His opponent is Vladimir Bukal, and this game was played in 1971 in Yugoslavia. Now, without further ado, let's go for the game and see what happened on the board. Velimirovic opened up with e4 and c5 by Bukal, Sicilian defense, knight f3 d6, d4 we have the open Sicilian, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, knight c6, bishop c4 and e6. Black goes for Scheveningen setup, we have bishop e3, bishop e7, queen e2. Yes, Velimirovic is choosing his developed opening. Instead of losing a tempo on f3 and then queen d2, white is placing his queen on e2 square, from where it will control the g4 square, not allow any knight g4 jumps. And white is preparing castling queenside. a6, white castles queenside, queen c7, bishop b3, black castles kingside, and everything is ready to launch an attack. g4 is on the board, knight d7, and a very aggressive move by Velimirovic, knight f5. This is move 12 and already he's sacrificing a piece, but let's see, where's white's compensation? He takes f5, knight d5, queen d8, g takes f5. White managed to open up the g file, but is this enough? Knight a5 was played, but king h8 could have been more solid in order to move away the king from this dangerous g file, but in our game we have knight a5. Here Velimirovic decided to give away his active knight in order to save his bishop by playing bishop d5, but actually there was nothing wrong with playing rook g1 and allowing knight takes b3. But in our game we have knight takes e7, queen takes e7 and bishop d5. King h8, black is finally making this prophylactic move, rook g1, knight f6, queen f3, knight takes d5, rook takes d5, knight c4, and there it goes f6. By going for a pawn sacrifice, white is ready to exchange the queens, which we see in our game. Of course, a very dangerous decision because black is a piece up, but it turns out that still white has a compensation, and white will successfully exploit the weakness of a1 h8 diagonal. Bishop d4 is on the board with a direct mating threat. That's why black blocked the bishop's diagonal, and this time we have f4. Knight d7, this knight is very tricky and is managing to control the essential squares very successfully. Rook takes d6 was played. This time the threat is rook takes d7 and then bishop takes f6 checkmate. That's why we have rook g8, rook d1, rook e8 and f5. Instead of repeating the moves by going rook g1, rook g8, white is going for f5 and is sacrificing one more pawn. Rook takes e4 was played, and only now we have rook g1. Again, the threat is rook takes d7 and then bishop takes f6 checkmate. That's why black opened up a luft for his king but created another weakness, and we have rook g5. Right now the threat is rook takes f6. For example, just a random move, if b5, then white can capture on f6, and if you recapture, then bishop takes f6 check is coming. And yes, black king is in a mating net and will get checkmated. After rook g5, black responded with rook g4, which is losing. Instead, the best defensive move was king h7. The idea is that now, after rook takes f6, black can simply win this bishop and there is no checkmate. The king is on h7, and after king h7, if you capture on h5, then king g7, and the king is managing to escape successfully, and this should be winning for black. But in our game, after rook g5 we have rook g4, after which Velimirovic captured on f6. Yes, he's sacrificing his rook, but the rook is untouchable in view of this mating line. But after rook takes f6, black managed to find a tricky continuation, and he announced a check by playing rook g1. And instead of winning the rook, white played king d2. Look at this, guys, we have two untouchable rooks. Although on the other hand, capturing on g1 was also playable. Even in this case, white can gain advantage, but this is not winning as quickly as king d2. Yes, there was already a mating threat after rook g8. That's why black is forced to give away his rook, after which the game is over. So we can say that rook takes g1 was also winning, but of course the most precise continuation is king d2. Rook g2 check this time we have, and after king e3 finally we have a resignation. Let's take a look at one of the possible lines. If, for example, knight takes f6, then bishop takes f6, check is coming, and like in our previous lines, again, the bishop cooperating together with the rook are managing to kill the enemy king. A very beautiful game, I think. First, that knight f5 sacrifice was very impressive, and then Velimirovic managed to create too many mating threats and being unable to find the best defensive moves. Vladimir Bukal's position collapsed very quickly. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this game. For more games, consider subscribing to my channel. Also, press the bell button to get notified about new uploads. I will see you in my next video. Good luck.